Show a little guy move.
Undefeated MMA fighter.
I should be the voicemail messenger again. My name is Wes. Preface to this, this is all stuff stolen from Wes, so you can blame him. So I'm going to first go over a concept, then kind of go over a technique to counter that concept, or how I deal with this concept. One of the things I think of is that knee cutter pass and stuff. There's a really common tendency of people is when he's trying to pass and get his hips around, is to push his head away and block the hips. However, if we think about this, right, we're essentially pushing his spine into the way where he wants to pass, right? So I'm pushing him, now my whole arm is really the only thing stopping the pass, right? And he can finish a pass. So, as we're doing this, as he's doing any pass, once again, I'm just using knee cutter for right now. If we think about it, for him to pass, he wants to have his spine perpendicular to my spine, right? So he wants to have his spine perpendicular to my spine. Doesn't matter the pass. He's trying to get his spines to change. Now, if I take that same concept and I say I want my spine to remain aligned with his, to maintain a guard, right? So he goes to that knee cutter pass now I push on his ear and push him away. Right? Now I'm able to move my hips and re-guard. Maintain a guard instead of giving up the concept, right? So if the person on the bottom can control your spine, the direction of your spine, it can make your passing a lot more difficult, right? So everybody kind of get that concept? So maintaining spinal alignment is a great way to maintain a guard. Giving up spinal alignment is a great way to give up a guard pass. All right? So let's think about this from a guard passing perspective. I'm going to look at a butterfly guard pass. I've got a lot of butterfly guard passes, but what I like to do, this is one of my more pressure passes that I like. What I'm going to do is, once again, I want my head lower than DC's, like where he talked about his butterfly pass. If his head's lower than mine, he's going to sweep me. So I'm going to come in, hands to the hips, head low. I'm going to drive him onto his back. My knees are going to suck up. My elbows are going to touch my knees. So now I'm nice and low. Now if he wants to try to move me, I've got control of his hips. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to maintain control of his hips. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my head, move it to one side. I'm going to put my head on the mat, and I'm going to put my shoulder on his hip bone. Right? I don't want to be up here on his chest, on his hip bone. I want to control his hips. So I'm going to open my elbow just a little bit, put my head on the mat, right? Shoulder heavy. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a headstand. Right? As I headstand, I'm going to turn, and my knee next to his hip is going to come down first. I maintain control of his hip, because if I don't maintain control of his hip, I'm going to try, his hip can come off the ground, he can re-guard, or he can kick me over. Hip must be controlled for this. So I did this incredibly slow that first time. That's not the speed it's going to happen. So from the butterfly, he's up, right? Head goes lower, hands come in, drive him in. Knees to elbows, head low. Take a side, my head goes to his hip. I will feel his hip bone in my shoulder. Right? From there, we handstand, keeping pressure on that hip. Turn, drop the knee near his hip first. Right? My typical goal from there, he is going to trip. Boom. Somebody right there will recognize that move. Somebody went a little story there. So, head lower, drive in, boom. Right, I don't want him controlling my spine for positional control. Head to the hip. It's really hard for me to move my head here for spine, right? So him trying to move it is really tough. Right? Handstand, turn, knee by the hip first. So he can't re-guard when I'm just releasing the head. You can see that again? One more time. When the more vertical you go, the easier it is to turn your hips. So up, turn, drop. Boom, in. Boom, head low. Up, turn, drop. Another angle, we're good. You're great.